Okay, so this is just gonna be a somewhat basic conversation, mainly geared towards, you know, black people, or any sort of ethnic people who feel that they are becoming more awakened as time progresses. And with that awakening coming into manifestation, they have a knowledgeable understanding regarding the nature of the past, history, etc., and other things. But I think that it can get very construed. Um, okay, and another thing is, I think, yeah. So I think it can definitely get very construed based on just like understandings and things like that. And I personally, right, first and foremost, right, the quality of the offensive security cards has gone drastically down. Yeah, so basically, I'm hoping to do something about that, but that's not what this particular conversation is about. So as black people, we have to come into the understanding of how things function in this general reality. Or as ethnic people, right? Um, if you're not wise to the goings on, because what you actually come to realize is that like there's a lot of like people out there that have a lot of hate for people, even just like immature people. So, for example, for me, I have issues with like some of the offset community moderators. Like, do I like the level of respect I have for them is very limited, and I don't think that that's my own opinion. I think there's a lot of people that actually think that. There's like the same people that think that you know it's they're not as humble as general hackers are. Like, I don't really take them as proper hackers, but more so I think that they may in some form abuse the what they've actually gained, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I just feel like as I was growing up, what I got taught about the community hacking and whatnot, even like the way that people think and stuff like that is very different to what I'm actually seeing within this particular community. And I feel that there's a lot of stigma, like a lot of. So I don't know what their general, like how they're viewed. Like, because I feel like there's different variations. There's those that are actually at offensive security, and there are those that are associated with offensive security, right? That are abiding to whatever image it is that they generally provided by that environment. So that's that. Personally, I know that I still got a lot of things to learn. I'm very open minded in regarding to how I speak. Um, and I think that some people probably say that maybe just like hate that people have for individuals, but again, that's not it's not my place to judge, right? It's not my it's not my thing to do. Yeah, so that's just what that is, right? So I feel like there's definitely this sort of like cool kids syndrome in the offset community. Pretty much. I had other communities though, like only for Emily was pretty cool. Um, but that hurt me, man. I got kicked from that one as well. I don't know what happened. Maybe the channel got deleted or something because it was just like pretty much just me, just rambling things and explaining stuff in books. But that one was good. I really enjoyed it. But I don't know what happened. I was like a cool person and it was really nice. We just sort of hang out on VC and stuff. But we sort of got to the point where like everyone is just like psychologists or not psychologists, and we all had like our ways and things to do. But I really enjoyed that channel. Kind of sad that I got kicked from it, no notice. But in that channel, I felt that the maturity level was definitely more. They were probably quite a bit more technical as well, but it was more so like femboys and like they had their ways, or at least they were a bit different in thinking wise, but they were cool people, and then I felt like everyone there was very adequate. So I felt very different. Like with Thor differently was like in the other channels, it's more weird. Like it's thingy. I don't really know what happened to that, but I gotta chase that up another time. I'm gonna leave it for a minute and see what happens because I don't really know what's happening. But I really enjoyed that channel, and it helped me a lot. And it made me feel like I had friends online, which is pretty cool. So that was that. But yeah, man, only for Emily's gone for the time being. So I'll wait to hear back from them. But then again, coming back to the black to the ethnic people and an understanding of our self being, I would say I've seen sapiens, like I've seen sapiens wearing garms, they sapiens walking around in different environments, right? And it doesn't. Some people they'll. I ain't gonna chat about that right now, but something's gonna be fixed in it. But then again, so Sapiens is definitely an important book to go through. It's by Noah, and when you see Noah, you understand. It comes into fruition as to what this actually means. This is raw humanity here, right? This is raw humanity. So this is what my father would have been, right? A sapien, And in this book, it goes into so much depth. I would definitely 100% recommend it. A lot of us are still wondering about the nature of the pyramids, and that's covered well in this book. It is amazing. It goes into the flood and a bunch of different things as well. See hunter gatherers in Argentina. You learn different things about different aspects of society, which is pretty cool. All sorts. So yeah, so this is one book that I definitely recommend, and I've read not all of it, but I've read enough. And if there's a black individual you want to integrate yourself into society to gain a better understanding around like who you are, what you are, I recommend reading this book instead of Discord chat messages where people just I don't know, they're just gonna make you feel bad. So these animals, or no, I'm not gonna call them animals, but these people, or at least some people that come on an attacking vibe, like with an agenda, will try to limit you. Some of them don't know it. It's like an emotional immaturity. Um, and basically they think they're cool for whatever reason that they feel they're cool. I don't know. Maybe they got more certs or whatever the case may be. I don't know, but they probably do more stuff than me. But I'm still way learning. So I ain't got no qualms about that. And obviously I've got my blogs and stuff which are more keen for me to focus on, and I've got my books as well, which I just gotta keep consuming to get a better understanding of, so I can actually be a nice contributive aspect to just not only my life and other people, but also organizations. This shit will help you understand things so much more, right? I keep looking, so much more. This will help you so much more. It goes through fire, gave us power, farming made us hungry for more, money gave us purpose, and science made us deadly. Noah's area. I come from Harare. No, this is not Harare, but that's where I don't know. You do something with the eye there, and you can put them back. But yeah, I rate this so much, so much, so much. I don't really read it because it's quite difficult. But again, at the same time, we'll get to that. So with that said, right, this is one tactic that I feel that like I don't know why, but like an influence in my thought came. There was like so much going on at the time. Um, and the memory of of my father sort of told me this trick where, or when at least when I got this book at the time, and it's just like this thought, like um uh representation, something about like using representative thought. I can't really go too deep into it, but it was like one time when I was being told how to cross the road, etc., whatever the case may be. And then basically what I do is I read this book, right, and then at the same time I would and then at the same time I I watch this, right. So at the same time as reading the book, I'm watching Terraform Mars, right. So if we check the book has about there's a lot though. The book is about 20 chapters, right. So those 20 chapters, quite a bit. And then so what I do is I read a chapter and watch a series. So if I go, so if I go here and just say anime, cool. I'm just trying to check how many episodes it has. Mm, it has about an unknown number of episodes actually. Uh, yeah, man, it's Terraformers. It has a few episodes, but basically that's the strategy I take. And I find it sometimes to be quite. Yeah, season one has around 13 episodes, which is not bad. Um, so you get that, and then also there's season two, which also has a further 13 episodes. That's 26 episodes altogether. So you can really imagine how awesome that really is. To just like infuse that learning together. Uh, to get the appropriate insights into that actual aspect of humanity. And I want you to really look at them as well. Here, if you really take a look here at the Sapiens, you know, and when you see this, there's still tons of them around as well, just here and there. You won't even like, you don't know how to react, right? And I just like it don't make sense first and foremost. That's it. But I think that because of in the westernized way that we are, we're not actually able to do anything about it. At least that's what we think, based on our understanding. Nor do we even perceive them as sapiens. We just perceive them as humans, but they're there. And trust me, they're humans, and there's still plenty of them around, and they're smart. They're not just like they're really cool people. So for me, I'm Homo Deus, right? Homo Deus, right? Which is basically the evolved version, and I think that you'd also find wide various wide versions of sapiens in different environments. But I can't really comment because I haven't finished reading the thing, but you definitely do get some characteristics in different environments. But yeah, so for me, looking at it now, I'm Homo Deus, so I'm not just focused on that. I'm still as an aspect of a sapien, but I'm more geared towards the Homo Deus nature of it, uh, because I'm just a different. I'm at a different stage to those individuals that I mentioned, such as my parents and my relatives and ancestors or close ancestors, and that's pretty much that. But yeah, so people need to go check this out, and then once you got that on deck, forget all these other things, right? Trust me, trust me, right? And I know that people can make you feel weak and insecure sometimes, and just like you have no clue what the fuck is going on, but just ignore all that, right? And then the other book is How to Create a Mind. Now, this is amazing as well. It goes into great depth in relation to the aspects of the mind. So if you really look at Egypt, if you merge these two books, you really get a depth of that time period that is now unfortunately come to an end. But you get that understanding of how a mind is created, the secret of thought revealed, which also connects and bridges that gap between the other world and our world. What's other world? The Homo Deus world, right? And you see a lot of this in the pyramidal structure and things of that nature, right? So that's that. Now with this book here, like it's so bizarre. It's a bit messy because yeah, what is that, man? Just some jelly or something. Jam. Yeah, but anyway, yeah. So you get this, and then These are just basically all the different things, man. It looks cool and it looks quite bizarre. It looks really beyond like, the normal stuff, but it really goes into depth. It really goes into depth about the nature of the brain, the things you need to know, and especially some of the things that the Egyptians found to be useful in understanding our one's development. And I think that once you have an awareness of these components, the more you're able to interact and understand your brain more. There you go. I might actually even try to get myself banned from the Kali the next channel because I find it pretty useless, man. The want people believe, but then at the same time, I feel like, but yeah, I'm probably just gonna think because it's useless, man. These people on Discord aren't really about that life in terms of just like, I don't that's my thought anyway. But I could be wrong. I can't really probably just haters or whatever. But I got nothing. There's no reason to hate me. Like, I'm a tramp who lives in, or at least people would see me as a tramp who lives in wherever and who's whatever. All right, cool. So here you go. Some of the stuff there will go through the different aspects, and when I read this book, it's got 11. The biological inspired digital neurocortex, the mind's computer, thought experimentations on the world, thought experiments on thinking, a model of the neocortex, the pattern recognition theory of mind, the biological cortex, transcendent abilities, and all sorts, right? The mind is computer, etc. Which is vital stuff for various reasons. Uh, I've highlighted a few things here. Blue Brain Project and a bunch of different other sort of projects going on. There you go. You can see the speed, the computer speed versus the, sorry, my nails there. Yeah, so you can see the computer speed there. You can see the computer speed there versus the different aspect of actually simulating a brain. What is it? It's computer speed and computer memory, and brain simulations and things like that. There's a bunch of different stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much that. And when I read this book, what I do is I actually watch Psychopaths, which is pretty awesome. Um, so there's a lot more episodes of Psychopaths than there is chapters in this book. But what I do is I try really infuse that, and I think that really gives a greater depth and imagination that makes the thing that the content that I'm watching real. It makes it more solidified in my brain. So the way that my brain actually interacts with the information is fucking so different, you know. And the technology I imagine, like, it's impossible for me not to believe that these things are possible. All right, if I've got the information right there, it's very impossible for me not to believe that this information is probable. You know, and so I really like it and like the depth that it goes into it. With this, so that's the story. Then I also spoke the other day about sort of the confinement numbers, which are kind of like divergent numbers, but not really. Everyone has one basically. Is the concept here, and it's a functional thing. It's not. There's definitely good logic within it. Cannot deny that. That's pretty much it. That's the be all and end all. Check these anime out. Check these books out. And I think once you have that level set, you can then be as an ethnic person. You then have a holistic understanding of things, including what you already had through your awakening process, but also other things to enable that awakening process to be progressed forwards. I have no clue what I'm going to title this video, but I hope the message that it encompasses is firmly understood and grasped. That's pretty much it, really. Hmm. The pretty cheap books as well. Got $12 here, $13. I've got cheap books that are fucking awesome. Why do people, bruv? I don't even know, man. I didn't get a Homo Deus book. That's all I know right now. Cause the Sapien book is fucking awesome, but I haven't actually. I've been through a couple chapters though. Still, yeah, man. I've been through a couple interesting chapters, but yeah, man. Psychopath is so sick, and just merging these things and understanding that, and then you can then understand how I would cater myself to be Homo Deus, whereas my predecessors would have been Sapiens. But I would also state that I have Sapienic tendencies, but the reliance that I have on technology does impair that slightly, you know. Uh, I was variable, but yeah. So that's it, man. Don't worry, man. Just even if the Cali people ban you, just don't just ignore them. As long as you can get the the Cali certification, then you're good. That's what matters. Not actually being a part of the community of people who um logically just seem to bumbling each other and not let anybody else's opinion or thought process or value be expressed within that particular community, regardless of the channel that the communications are occurring. That's my opinion on the matter, personally, and I just don't know. I don't know. But that's not my point. It's not my intent to try to fit in with them. If I have an outlet, like for example, I have a blog, I have a site where I can actually write and put in this information in a way that's more beneficial to humanity, that's more prevalent and more useful to me than anything else. Um, Again, with that as well, that's led me to believe that I don't think that I can get a permanent job in the UK as an ethnic individual in the field that I want. They'll let you contract, but they won't let you actually be in the environment. So that's another thing as well that I have to factor in. But yeah, there's so much things, man. It's just for me, it's just getting that focus, having that ability to get up and say fuck, you know, society's aspect, thought processes of me, and to get up and advance forward, which is a difficult thing. I gotta decide, man. I know what decision I want to make, but it's just difficult to progress that decision onwards because obviously people want to prevent that decision. They want to stop me from progressing. There's definitely like a pushback of some form of gravity, so we need to have that value to push forwards. Is my ultimate belief in this. My ultimate belief. So yeah, so thank you for listening. Check this stuff out. Trust me, if you're the type of person that's into sort of like Black history, Kemet, and things of that nature, and just the past, look at this because everything's there, and that's why you're still there. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Otherwise, you wouldn't matter, man. But there's so much beauty that God has seen in you, mankind. Oh, yeah. So hey, I hope you enjoyed that, and take care. And yeah, feel free to comment and ask questions and stuff as well. if you ever need to do so. Because I'm always um here to help out. I don't know everything, but I'll definitely explain to you what I think and why I think that is the basis of my of my of my general social development is what I generally uh tend to do, which I find to be respectful, rather than me just saying to you what I believe should be right. But yeah, thank you for listening and take care, peeps.